Autumn Fest has been a staple in the Cerrito Kenova, Wayne County community for about 20 years now, but the main attraction is always the Kenova Pumpkin House.
Yes, all those pumpkins. So the site is a landmark on the map, you could say, as it brings in thousands of people every year from really all around the world. And Marley stopped by and talked with the owner of the house about how this all started and what he plans for the future.
I'm with the legend himself, Rick Griffith. He is the owner of the Pumpkin House. Rick, this home brings in thousands of people far and wide. Talk to me about when you first had the idea to turn your home into the Pumpkin House.
Well, I started carving pumpkins for my daughters when they were little in 1978. And then it grew and grew. And when we moved to this house, it jumped to 500 and then to 1,000. And then we made it to 3,000 and stayed there ever since.
Gosh, and so it's not just people locally who come in here. I mean, you said that you were keeping track of how many people from far and wide are showing up. Talk about that.
It'll be a very similar number to last year, but last year we had visitors from 46 different countries and 48 states. And we had over 300 West Virginia communities and close to that from Ohio and Kentucky.
And so what's on your heart whenever you see so many people pour in to this main attraction? It's really a dot on the map at this point to come to your house.
Well, it is, and when we meet these people, it's a sense of pride that in West Virginia we have an attraction that's different, that people enjoy. And the local people take pride in it as a participant, as well as a visitor. We have over 1,500 volunteers every year. Wonderful people from small children to adults help us with the scooping, the carving. I and my daughter draw all of them, but they do the heavy lifting, as it were.
And so let's get a look at this volunteer work. So we've been seeing so many fun designs pour into this. What's that process like?
Well, what we do is they deliver the pumpkins. Jason delivers the pumpkins to us about the last week in September. And then I sit out in my backyard each night till 1 or 2 in the morning, pre-drawing as many as we can. Then 1 week before the last Saturday of October, we have to do the last Saturday of October to accommodate the festival. They need a weekend. So 1 week before that, we begin the process of cutting the holes out of the bottom. The kids scoop them, and we have to do 500 a day for 6 straight days to get it done.
Do your hands hurt after that?
Well, it's tough. There's not much sleep during those days, but we had more help this year than ever before.
Wow. And what is that like, seeing so many people come in and volunteer their time, their energy, their effort?
Well, one of the great things about that is many people tell me the same story. I came here as a small child. I'm here now with my children. I want to pay you back. I want to help. And so they come and they volunteer. One of the funnier stories for me about that, because I was so taken back by it, was 2 years ago, a young couple, obviously not dressed to do this, came and volunteered for 3 hours. After that, they said, we have to get back on the road. And I said, where are you going? They said, we're on our honeymoon and we're heading back to Arkansas. What? We both have to be at work tomorrow, so we got to get on the road. And it was just so neat that someone stopped like that couple and just pitched in to help.
And they've probably heard it by word of mouth or what have you, maybe online, and they said, man, oh man, I have to stop, I have to help, and then get on their honeymoon. Rick, that's so wild. Wow.
I think in that regard, one of the strangest things that's happened to me was we were eating in a restaurant in Savannah, and the waiter asked, where are you from? And we said, West Virginia. And he said, have you ever heard of that Pumpkin House? And I said, yes, I know that guy. He's a nut. And I never told him it was myself.
You did not?
No, he was going on and on about it. I didn't know what his reaction would be.
That is so great. And so do you hope that this tradition carries on for generations to come?
I'm working on that. My wife jokes with me that I live under the delusion that after I'm gone, this won't happen. But the way in which I think that's going to be accomplished, I'm redoing my drawings and getting them to right scale and right proportion to be a pumpkin and creating transfers. And so a volunteer who with no artistic ability could tape it on the pumpkin and put carbon paper underneath it. I have to tell kids what carbon paper is, but they could trace it onto the pumpkin and then recreate it without having the ability to draw it themselves. And so I'm hoping that we accumulate thousands of drawings in that way so that it can be used when, I always joke about this too, I asked my wife, what are you going to do if I keel over dead and 50,000 people show up and there's no pumpkins?
Oh my
and
gosh.
she said, I'm going to put a sign out front that says, he's dead, go away. And I said, well, that's sweet. She said, I'll miss you, but I'm not going to answer 50,000 questions. But I think it will if we can accomplish that. It has its own life. This is no longer my thing, no longer Kenova or Cerrito Kenova or the Tri-State. It has become a regional event that people from long distances come to visit. I think we have an obligation to keep it going because it's good for West Virginia.
Absolutely, and that just goes to show how much of your dedication, love, and effort has really made an impact. So, for anyone who has not had a chance to come yet, when's the last day that they can?
Halloween night will be the last night, and on Saturday, November 1st, we're inviting farmers to come. Last year, about a dozen did, and we cleared out all the pumpkins within 3 hours. They feed their cattle and hogs the old pumpkins, and so it's a great way to recycle that and to finish my vegetables. And so they're an open invitation for farmers to come pick them up on Saturday morning, November 1st.
Oh, great. Rick, thank you so much for your time. And you heard him, Halloween, it's going to be, I can say, a pretty poppin' spot here. That is for sure for anyone getting their last minute sights on these amazing pumpkins. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
It really is amazing to see.
Yes.
And while we were watching, we were picking out, oh, there's so-and-so. And it was funny to see Brad Smith and his wife Elise
on a pumpkin.
carved on a pumpkin and different, you know, you see the presidents. And
I do love how Rick Griffith has always kept track of how many people come from different communities far and wide. And I love that part about him. And even just in the 20 years I've lived in Huntington, how much it's evolved.
Yes, it has grown.
It's amazing.
Yes. Well, we're going to have more from the Pumpkin House throughout this entire hour, so stick around for it.